Welcome to this edition of Collecting Small Diecast Land Rovers. Right, first, just a little business to take care of. A big apology for the lack of content for the last few weeks. As some of you may know, a few months ago I lost my younger brother quite suddenly and unexpectedly, and then straight after that we learned that the mother-in-law had been diagnosed with a terminal illness and only had a few months left. Unfortunately, she had to go into hospital, and she picked up a virus which completely robbed her of what little time she had left. So within a few days she sadly passed away. So as you can appreciate, it sort of left us totally numb and no interest in doing anything, especially modelling. And then with the Queen's passing a couple of weeks ago, then that just seemed to bring it all back into focus again. So I hope you understand. It's taken quite a bit of effort to get back up into doing one of these videos, but I'm sure once we get the first one under the belt, we'll be back into the swing of it. Whilst we've been away, as it were, quite a few items have come in that I ordered before all these events took place, and so we've got quite a few nice things to bring you over the next few videos. In this one, I think we need to get the latest Oxford diecasts out of the way, so we'll just set up and we'll show you what we've got for you. So Oxford Diecast have actually been adding to their new Defender range in the 1/76 scale, and we've got three nice new models to show you, so we'll crack on with the first one. So we're going to start with the Defender 90 first, and we'll do the paperwork. So first up is code 76 ND90002. And it's showing as a new Land Rover Defender 90 in Tasman Blue. So, Tasman Blue. It's a very dark blue. It does tend to come across on the camera as virtually black, but I can assure you it is a shade of very dark bluey green. So we've got it unboxed. I've just adjusted the lighting rig to try and represent a little bit better on the camera the actual colour it is. It is a metallic, and as I say, it's a very dark blue, slight tints of green in it, but as I say, it's a really nice colour, and it's one they've used on a few models, this Tasman Blue. Right, we're just going to set the turntable going, and we'll see what that looks like on all four corners. Right, as you can see, it's up to the usual standards. Really nice looking model. This is the second 90 that we've managed to see. The 110 seem to be a little more ahead. There's a few more models in that, but I'm sure there's plenty more derivatives to come. And I have to say, I've seen round Scarborough here one or two starting to appear on the roads. One of these, the commercial one version, has the windows blacked out at the back and slightly different. Well, it's different inside the trim, but it was done up in the livery of a local tree surgeon, and very smart it looked too. And it'd be nice to see some models of working vehicles. I know we've gone over this before. It's alright having just the forecourt versions, but I prefer to see the ones that are liveried up and out there earning the keep. And I'm sure there's going to be a few liveries cropping up. I dare say you've seen some out in your locality. Right, nice set of wheels on this one. It's just nice, plain, unfussy wheels. the colour scheme with the black trim does look well, and if they weren't so hideously expensive, I'd probably like one of these on my drive. Yeah, superb looking machine, and we've been waiting for it a while, so it's a nice one to add to the collection. My eyesight's getting even worse, so I shall put up in a message at the bottom about now what the registration number is for those who are interested. Right, that's the first one, so that'll go into the collection, and I can't see any errors on the model. No wonky wheels, the glazing's fitted nicely, paintwork looks good, so yeah, really pleased to have that one. Right, let's move on to the 110s. Right, the paperwork on this one is code 76ND110002, and it shows us a Land Rover Defender 110 Explorer Santorini. Now, Santorini is a shade of black, so because we've seen that before on some of the other Land Rover products. So it's a 110 Explorer in Santorini black. We'll just get it unpacked and we can have a closer look. So there we have it. Nice looking machine. The 110 Explorer suits the black. Again, a nice set of wheels on it. Registration number I'll put up at the bottom. Nice 110 decals up the bonnet with the ladder equipment to the rear and the roof rack, etc., and a hard spare wheel cover to the rear. Yes, really nice looking machine. Seen one or two of these kicking about. Whether it was the Explorer, I'm not quite sure. You only tend to see them in moving traffic, and you only get a glimpse of them. So I've not had the chance to actually follow one, as it were, the next vehicle back, so you could have a good look at it as it went down the road, etc. But yeah, they're slowly starting to appear on the streets. Still see the old Defenders. The series ones seem to be coming less and less. They just don't seem to be as common. You're not seeing them about like you did. But I dare say a lot of farmers have flogged them to death, and then they've moved on to the cheaper Toyotas and whatever their vehicle of choice is nowadays. But yeah, super nice machine, and been waiting a while for this one. How many more they'll bring out, I have no idea. As I mentioned in one of the other videos, that they've obviously spent quite a bit on the setting up the dies and the engineering of it, so they're obviously going to want to return, so we could see a few more to come yet. But if you want to add this one to your collection, it is the ND 76 ND 110002 X110 Explorer in Santorini black. Let's move on to the next. Right, the third of the trio is 76 ND110 X002, and it's the new Land Rover Defender 110 X in Eiger Grey. Right, we'll unbox this one on camera because, right, straight off, no problems whatsoever. Now, I can't imagine that Oxford have been listening to what I've been saying, but maybe they've had feedback from other customers to say they're having trouble getting the lids off. But these three have been first class, so no problems, easy to get off, and just the right amount of grip on them so that they don't just drop off. So yeah, full marks, Oxford, full marks. Right, this Eiger Grey example, the X, if I remember rightly, it's a higher trim level than the previous ones, but I'm not sure, so that's my understanding. Whether it's right or wrong, I think the X is a little bit higher spec interior, etc. So we'll set it going on the old turntable and we'll see what it looks like on. Right, the Eiger Grey is basically a silver colour. We'll put you the registration number up at the bottom when I get my magnifying glass out. Nice looking wheels on this one again. I don't like the wheels being over fussy. I think they look much smarter in a simple format, and the black over the top does set it off quite nicely. Again, none of these models have seen any faults on them, so production, quality control, that's what I'm trying to say, has been quite good on these. Can't see any faults on my examples, so I trust most of them are going to be like this. Yeah, really nice. I don't know how many more colours there are to be had. I'll have to get onto the Land Rover website and just see what colours you can actually get these in. I wonder if there's any bright colours. Probably won't be too popular, actually, thinking on, but yeah, really smart. All the details are there. So these road going ones, the only thing that really changes on them is the registration number and the colour. There is a difference between the X and the Explorer, but other than that, I wonder if they've any plans to do any really kitted up versions, with off-road mods to them, etc. Roof rack full of equipment. They would be quite a nice model to get. I've not seen any of these in 1/43 yet. As I say, I haven't been looking quite as much with all the events that have been going on. Normally I go on the internet every day and have a cup of tea and a scan through just to see what's going on and look at Land Rover's websites and things like that, just to see what's going on in the world. And I just haven't had a chance to do it, so hopefully I'll get back and have a look. As I say, on the roads you don't see that many colours. They all tend to be these the more silvery. I think there's a paler blue kicking about, but that's just in the back of my mind, so I'm not quite sure on that, so don't take that as gospel. Right, so that's the three, and three very nice models. No hassles whatsoever getting the lids off them to display them. So yeah, that's been a successful purchase, and I'm more than happy to put them in the collection. Right, we'll just group them all up for the finish. So we have three new Land Rover Defenders to add into the collection. What they're going to come out with next, really don't know. I should imagine the Discovery 1's not far off. That'd be nice to see one of them before Christmas, because there's no real decent model in certainly in this scale of the Discovery 1s, etc. And that would make a nice continuous run through of the Discoveries. So we may not see any more of these for a little while, and they might release some of the Discoveries, or maybe some of the liveries that we're not expecting. I haven't seen a newsletter lately, so I might try and find if there's one slip through that I've missed and see if there's anything in the pipeline to come. But I thought I'd bring you these first because I know videos on the Oxford Diecasts are more popular than the Cararamas. But in the next few vids we're going to have to go on to some Cararamas. Just before the events kicked off that I mentioned previously, a collection came up on eBay, and it was quite a nice collection. It'd done them in little batches of 4 Land Rovers and some of the collector packs, and it was one of them days where you look and you think, I haven't got that, I haven't got that, I haven't got that one. And those days don't come along very often now because we've got so many of the variations on the Caramas. So these all focus around some of the very early models, some of the first ones that they brought out. So we're going to be looking at them in the next one and ticking off quite a few items in the wants list. So that should be good. Just a quick word on the website. I do my website through Wix, and it's yearly the money goes out, and they're having trouble taking the money. The bank rung me to say that they'd done multiple attempts to take out the amount. They said they'd authorised the first one, but they keep trying to take the money out. Now, as far as I can see, Wix haven't got the money, yet the bank says it's been sent. So I don't know where that one's going to end. Trying to get hold of a Wix representative is not one of the easiest exercises on this planet. So we'll just have to see if it resolves itself. But at the moment the website's up and running, so please make use of it. It might disappear anytime soon. And also, if you're on the Facebook group, thank you to the people who've been keeping that going, putting posts, etc. We'll get back on the case and we'll bring you some stuff. So I think this one's gone on long enough. I'm glad I'm back in the back into the swing of things. So we've got the first one out of the way, and we'll press on. So if you're a glutton for punishment, why don't you join us? So until then, stay safe and happy collecting.